Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Todd Rowland from AEG, looking at Santa Monica, designed by Josh Wood, who's also designed Cat Lady for you, the Tiny Towns expansion.
Indeed.
And now he's got Santa Monica. It's a very different look. It's very...
It is. It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
It's very cool color palette he used on that one.
Yeah. So we are building property, or
we're building our own
property.
Beachfront. You're creating sort of your own beachfront, and you're attracting tourists and locals to the area and scoring points based off the activities they take and what type of buildings and things you build in your little beachfront.
Okay, so we are going to start with one tile at random.
Correct. Every player gets one tile at random. What it gives them is, it can be a type of tile. In this case, the sunglasses indicate that it is a local location. Okay. This is like the newspaper office. It will tell you what you begin with in the bottom left. So in this case, can we see it?
Yep.
There we go. In this case, you begin with one VIP. Most players all have one VIP, and I'll explain how that works in a minute. And you get one sand dollar, which is the currency of the game.
Okay.
Your VIP is going to score you 1 point during the game for every tourist or local spot that they visit.
Okay.
Basically, your VIP is the reporter who's going around and seeing what's going on in your town.
All right.
There, you can come up with themes for all of them.
Okay.
So when the game begins, every player is going to have one of these because you're all building your own individual beachfront.
That's right.
You're not working
Wealthy individuals crafting the beach.
Indeed.
That's very interesting.
So, a start player receives the seagull to note so that when the game ending is reached, everybody can still have an equal number of turns.
Okay.
When you set up the game, you shuffle the deck and you deal out 8 cards into the center tableau. These will be the ones people will draft from. You are also going to flip 1 of 3 cardboard tiles that have other scoring methods. There's several ways to score in the game. And then finally, you're going to put out 2 of the larger sand dollars, which give you special actions that everybody can take. And these are double-sided, and you'll have different ones every game.
Okay.
Different effects you can do.
All right.
So when your turn comes around, the basic step is that you're going to draft one of the cards in the front row. When you take that card, let's say, for instance, that I draft the wedding pavilion on the beach. It has to be put adjacent, and I can put it on either side.
All right, we have actual waterfront, and then...
the boardwalk, as we like to call it, or the street, as it's sometimes called.
Okay.
So, upon placing it in the left, you see what that card comes with. In this case, it comes with 2 tourists, which are the orange ones with cameras, and 2 locals.
Okay.
This one also, at the end of the game, will score you 2 points for every adjacent nature location. Okay. So if you place one here and one here, it would count this as not a nature location, so you're not going to get 2 points for this, but you could potentially get up to 4 points.
Okay.
Based on what you place.
And I guess when you draft this spot, this one's going to drop down.
It's going to drop down.
Conveniently has a nature symbol.
Yes, but
maybe
your opponent could conveniently take it as well, and then you flip another card. Then it goes on to your opponent's turn.
Okay.
So that's the basic way to acquire cards. The other way to acquire cards is, as you notice, some cards give you sand dollars, and when you acquire enough sand dollars, you could choose to use them in order to use one of these actions. So it says pay 3, so you'd spend your 3. It says take 1 card from the back. So in this case, I could choose one of these back here. In this case, I'm going to choose this fishing spot, which connects, and I get another sand dollar back from it. The ability also says move any 4 of my people 1 space each. Well, I'm going to move this local here and this local here.
Okay.
This ring is called an activity spot. If you notice, it says if I have at least 2 people there at the end of the game, I'll get 4 points.
There you go.
Look at that. I've got 2 people there. They're fishing. They're having a great time. That's going to be 4 more points at the end of the game.
Okay.
And so play continues like that. It'd be the next player's turn then. And you continue around the board until a player has selected 14 cards.
Okay.
That triggers the end game, and it continues around to the first player.
You have a couple of other tokens here?
Yes. So this is the food truck, and this is the foodie.
Okay.
And so if you choose the card that is directly in front of the food truck, you get an additional sand dollar, just as a bonus, and then the food truck moves 1. It's making a loop around. Yeah.
Right.
If you select the card in front of the foodie, you get to move any one of your people on your city 1 space.
Okay.
And then he follows the food truck. Should the food truck and the foodie ever end up on the same card, it is, as the rulebook describes it, a happy day. And in that case, you can either, if you take that card, you either get double the effect of either one or both effects at once. And then the food truck immediately moves 2 spaces ahead.
Okay.
The last thing to explain are the VIPs. So, as we mentioned, the VIP likes to visit tourist spots and local spots. So I'm going to grab one of these here. This is the donut shop is considered a local shop, a local spot and retail. And so, should your VIP move to visit the donut shop, you'll take one of the footprints and put it there, and that's a reminder at the end of the game that they did in fact visit there.
Right.
And that'll give you an extra point for each one.
Okay. All right. And again, you build until you have 14.
You build until you have
Very
14.
nice.
It's really fun. Everybody has their own little town of things to do, and people.
Okay. And you
active
might
in it.
finish at different times?
In fact, yes, because
you have something like this?
right, one person can get a little bit ahead if they're paying to get the 2 cards. That could put them ahead of other people in the number of cards, but then they would just trigger the end of the game sooner.
Okay.
Which would mean the other players may not get all 14 cards, but that's not necessarily the most important thing. It can also be arrangement, because as I didn't get into entirely, there's also ways to score points based on adjacencies of things. So,
Okay.
for instance, this card, Scoopsy Daisies, the ice cream place, if it has 3 retail places in connection, you're going to get 4 points at the end of the game.
Okay.
So there's all sorts of other ways to
Because
accumulate
each
points,
card as well has the leftmost item, you get that immediately. It's got the right item.
which could be scoring or an action or
Some sort of
something of that
bonus.
nature.
Okay. All right. It's kind of interesting how you both construct the beach and the boardwalk, and you just direct people around town.
Exactly.
Really like these.
You have full control, mind control over your beach
everything
property.
here. Interesting setup here. Josh Wood, megalomaniac at AEG, responsible for Santa Monica, which will debut April 4th?
Yes, it's part of the BGX program. The
Yes.
stores participating in BGX will have it in April, and then in May it'll be available everywhere.
All right. Thank you very much, Todd, for the overview.
Thanks.